All right. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Back to the first vlog of myself, Darius, called Building a Tribe. So, the purpose of this whole vlog is simply to diary, if you will, just my process of finding a tribe, creating a tribe, building like-minded people, or building with like-minded people in some form or fashion. And really, I just wanted to share about what's happening in my life currently. Kind of just gives my viewers, friends, tribe, um, a insight or look into what happens in my life, and essentially feeling like I can't be the only one that this happens to. I've heard too many stories, talked with too many people, to be like to feel like I'm the only one going through the stuff that I'm going through, experiences that I'm having, and sometimes maybe I am, but I just feel like it happens way too often. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, bet. So, quick little backstory. I got married in March of this year, 2019. My wife is pregnant. Whoop whoop. Having a boy. Boy on day. And I'm just wanting to talk about or share, I guess, just some of the stuff that I'm just now finding out that I had no clue about, that women go through, that guys go through. Like when a woman is pregnant, everybody goes through something. No, like I don't care. Anybody says like the dude, the baby daddy, or father, or husband, or whomever is going through their own stuff. The woman is going through a whole completely different change. Like friends, family, like all that shit. Like it's everybody's going through something, guaranteed during that time. So, my wife is in her second trimester, and like I said, just learning about a whole lot of new stuff that I would have never known about. Like I get, or I've heard, you know, you got mood swings, you got cravings. That's about all I heard. That's about all I heard as a dude, about what women go through. Yeah, that's not the only thing. Yeah. So, let me just take some time to share about some of the stuff that I found out about. So, one thing is, shit, what is it? One thing is, uh, cravings are obvious. Cravings are obvious, but yeah, my wife hasn't had anything like crazy wise, craving wise. She just doesn't know what she wants to eat. That's one thing, guaranteed. Oh my gosh. My wife. First off, my wife. It's no shade. It's no shade. My wife doesn't know what she wants to eat all the time. Period. That was before she was pregnant. She was like, I would ask, hey, I feel like this female. I feel like that's a female thing. But my wife never knew what she wanted to eat. Sometimes she did, sometimes she didn't. Now it's even worse. She really doesn't know what she wants to eat. But that's not all her, it's the baby too. Because she can be feeling chicken one day, the next day is like bump chicken. I don't want none of that. Another day could be steak. Actually, steak is probably the one thing. Steak and seafood. But she's from New Orleans. So seafood and steak are probably the two things that she's been pretty consistent about. But even with that, she still doesn't know half the time what she wants to eat. And me as a male, like I'm like, all right, babe, cool. What do you want? What do you like? What do you want me to go get you? I don't mind waking up in the middle of the night, go to the store, go grab something, Wally World, whatever. I don't, Walgreens is down the street. I'm cool. Tell me what you want, what you need. I'll go get it. Doesn't know. So there's been plenty of times where she's gone to bed just hungry, but she doesn't know what she wants, or she'll eat cereal or something, and I'm just like, babe, I'm trying. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to get you. I don't know. You want me to fix you something? Like, I'm Gucci, but just tell me what you want. So that's one thing. Another thing is she's actually been really good with morning sickness. Like, she hasn't had morning sickness. So I hear that that's not something. I mean, every woman is different, obviously. So symptoms aren't always going to be the same. Every woman's not going to have the same symptoms. She's been good. She got nauseous. She's got nauseous, but she hasn't thrown up or anything like that. It's crazy. So going back to the food thing too. Apparently there's a thing like sympathy symptoms or something like that guys can get. I've had that. So like cravings, like I've had cravings. It's crazy. So I went to we had been watching TV, and there was a commercial for Wendy's for this, like their $5 bacon, whatever burger, whatever. So I was like, that looks delicious. And I was literally just like, yo, I want that. And so what did I do? I got up, drove to Wendy's, got that, came back, ate it, and that was good. I was like, that's what I needed. And it's crazy. Sweets, I already like sweets anyway, so I guess that doesn't really count. But sweets, with it. Pizza, with it. Like, I'm the one out here gaining weight. But I'm the one out here gaining weight. But yeah, so I'm the one catching all the cravings, all the normal cravings that people think women catch during pregnancy. I'm the one out here catching all these cravings. She's good. She, like I said, every once in a while she'll be like, "Oh, I really want this," and she actually knows what she wants. But otherwise, it's just like, she don't know what she wants. But going back to the, I don't forgot what I was talking about. All right, got it now. So going back to the nausea, she's actually good. I've actually caught nausea a couple times, and it was crazy because I was making a joke, laughing. I was right by her, standing right beside her, laughing, having a good time, and I was like, "Whoa." Like it just hit me. I was like, ugh. And then I walked away, and then it was good. I was done. I was like, yo, you gotta be kidding me out here. Like, I'm out here catching nausea from you. Because like I said, when I went to her, that's when like we were laughing, we were having a good time. And then I walked away, and then I was good. I was it's rough out here, yo. It's rough. It's not all the time, but that happens. Again, catching them symptoms. Especially earlier, like we're only in the second trimester, so earlier in the first trimester, like that whole mood swing thing. First off, that's a real thing. That is a real thing. It's a real thing on both ends, though. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a real thing on both ends. Men catch mood swings, women catch mood swings. Both ends. Like that's a real like that whole depressive thing, like that shit happens. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else. Like, okay. Okay, so I'll tell a quick story. So men, I'm gonna say this, try to be sensitive. Try to be sensitive to your woman, your wife, your girlfriend, whomever. Yeah, because I kind of fucked up about something, but it's all good, live and learn. So, backstory about me. If you get to know me and I start just feeling really comfortable around you, and like I said, I'm chill, my guards aren't up, whatever, I'm just gonna say whatever's on my mind. It's really random, 9 times out of 10, super random. And I'm gonna tell you, yo, this is random, blah, 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 whatever. In my head, there's a lot of stuff that happens. So there was a moment where she was laying down. the line on the belly. I don't know what that's called. I forgot what that's called. But you get, as women get the line on their belly button or on the belly, as the darker line as they get bigger. I'm gonna look it up. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, my wife. So my wife has never. My wife has a deep belly button. So she's never really been able to see like the back of her belly button. So I'm just setting it all up. So she's never really been able to see the back of her belly button. So now that she's getting like bigger and the line is showing and everything, she's able to see like the end of her belly button. And and so she was like, so the baby was doing all this moving and pushing and everything, and so like her line that's normally like right down the middle of her belly, like was to the side, and so it was just pushed off to the side. And so she was like, babe, take a picture. And I was like, cool, yeah, whatever, I'll take a picture. Took a picture, and then I started laughing. And she was like, why are you laughing? And again, memo to self, you can't say everything, even though, again, I'm comfortable. I'm like, you asked, I'm going to tell you. Men, learn from me, don't always say something. I'm just saying, don't always say something, but it's whatever. So she asked, she said, why are you laughing? I said, your belly button looks like a butthole. I said, your belly button looks like a butthole. Oh my God. Yeah, she wasn't happy with me for the rest of the evening. But she laughed, so at least that's a plus. And then I tried to make it better. It wasn't good. So yeah, she wasn't the fondest of me at that moment. But like I said, it was on my mind. That's the first thing. And anyways, I'm stopping while I'm ahead. So it was funny. So just don't learn from my mistakes. Don't always say stuff, but it's all right. It's all good. So you live and learn, and you keep it moving, and you be yourself. That's what I'm about. Anyway, but try to be sensitive to the woman and all that good stuff. So yeah. So another thing that I've learned, doctor's bills are hella expensive. First off, hella expensive. Women go through like a whole lot. Like I've always thought, like, body changes, okay, cool, I get that. But like the amount of body changes that a woman goes through is crazy. Like my wife is still telling me like different stuff that her body is going through as she gets bigger, as she gets further along in the term, not bigger. Also, don't use that term. I learned that. I'm sorry, I forgot. Don't use bigger. Don't say a pregnant woman is big. I forgot about that. Yeah, don't do that. As she's moving further along in her term, there's a lot of different changes. So like, I'm not trying to be, graphic or anything like that, but like discharge, like I didn't know that was a thing. Like women get yeast infections at the drop of a hat when they're pregnant, or can potentially get yeast infections at the drop of a hat. I was like, oh damn. I'm sorry, babe. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know this shit. Like I didn't know what was happening. I don't know. Like half the time, I don't know. I didn't know. Okay. Back up. I thought I knew about a woman's body. I thought I knew about a woman's body before I got married. Nope. Didn't know that. I thought, okay, cool. You got periods. You got blah 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 blah. Nothing. I don't know nothing. I still don't know anything. Nothing. Yeah. This thing is real. I'm sorry, women, for the stuff you got to go through, and the I don't know, any wrongdoings that us men put on. Like, I'm sorry, because you guys go through a lot. just physically. Y'all go through a lot. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it myself is what I'm saying. Like nope. Y'all can have it. Y'all are good ones. Because that can't be me. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. So men just try to be understanding because y'all be going through it. Y'all be going through it. I'm sorry. Y'all be Anyways, I forgot what I was saying, but it's okay. We're gonna just keep it moving. And yeah. So medical bills hella expensive. Women just be going through their own whole process. Body changing, mental, physical, just everything. But yeah, so as I'm learning to become more sensitive and more understanding, as I'm learning, just bear with us, man, because we go through our own stuff. So another thing, we go through our own mental battles, especially as like a man. Like that's a thing. Being an entrepreneur and going through like your own process of like supplying, providing. So going through your own process of like providing for your family and that whole process, learning, like really not feeling like you can't provide for your wife or your girlfriend or whomever, but feeling like you can't provide for your significant other because you know they're going through their own pain, they're going through their own process, they're going through their own hurt, like round ligament pain, which is essentially like around the hips. From what I understand, it's just like stretching of the hips, like the muscles in the hips and everything. And you can't do anything about that as a man. Like you can try to rub it out or whatever, but that's just gonna happen. Like they're gonna be in pain, like they're not gonna be able to sleep. Like my wife right now, she's having a hard time sleeping. She got the whole body pillow and everything, which we have a queen size bed, so that shit takes up like 3/4 of the bed. Like you get there's a whole process. There's another thing I just found out. I didn't just find out, but vivid dreams is apparently something that a lot of pregnant women have. Just meaning that like the dream, like there's some crazy dreams. I've had my wife and a couple other friends that are pregnant. They were telling me that like they'll wake up in the middle of the night, either scared or screaming or what, just because the dream is so real. I didn't realize that was a thing. That's a thing, yo. Like you can't do anything as a man. You can't do anything about that. Like what are you supposed to do about a dream? And then like, especially if the dream has to do with you, like, oh, you cheated on them, or oh, you did X, Y, and Z in whatever manner. Like, you can't do anything about it. Now you can talk about it. You can if it has something to do with you, you can talk about it. I mean, my wife and I will talk about like the dreams that she had, and if it has something to do with me, like, oh, you cheated, or oh, this, that, and the other. Like, babe, I didn't cheat, so let's like, we're good. So it's just like different things that as a man you want to provide for your spouse or your significant other, you want to like help with, but you physically can't. So you kind of go through like this whole, I know for me, I've been going like through this whole process of like, really, what can I do? Like, how can I help provide if I can't actually provide? Like, from a financial perspective, okay, cool, I can do X, Y, and Z, but like from a physical perspective, like I can't do anything. From like a mental perspective, like what can I do? Like I can encourage, I can uplift, I can pray for her, I can do X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the other. But even like, it's still like a mental battle, or like a battle that she has to go through herself. And all I can do is like sit on the sidelines and like do what I can. So I think that's a real, like that's still a struggle at different times for me. So it's literally just like this whole process of like, well, damn, like, what do you do? Um, so I know for me, like, I got to talk to other dudes. I got to talk to other peoples and be like, yo, I am literally drained. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help. I don't know none of this. And I just need to talk it out because I can't always talk to my wife about it. And it's not that like we can't talk or anything like that because I can talk to her about anything. But it may literally be she's drained. Another thing, like she'll come home from working a job, you know, a 10-hour job or whatever, and it's a physical job, and she is just exhausted. And she's an introvert as well, so it's like she's physically exhausted. She's mentally exhausted, emotionally. So she's just like exhausted. So she'll literally just like sit down, or go to sleep or something. And so I'm a night owl, and so I stay up late as is. But it's just crazy to this whole process or this journey right now is pretty wild just to kind of experience and recognize like my own insecurities, my own shortcomings. Still learning to be, still learning to be a husband, still learning to be like what it means to be a spouse. Like I'm so used to like the single life that like to have somebody, like we've been married for less than 6 months and now we have a baby on the way, and so it's like just this whole process of like, damn, like still learning like to have somebody in your space for that long, if you will. Like, oh, you still here? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, cool. So like, not going to bed angry or anything, like, just different stuff that you're having to learn, or I'm having to learn along the way. And so it's definitely just been a journey. It's still a journey. Just trying to figure out like what works best for us. I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses, and then even different things that I never knew were weaknesses and even never knew were strengths. But one thing I will say is that I'm recognizing even more so, just how important a tribe of people, a tribe of like-minded people that are going to support you, that are going to be there for you, going to be there with you, is. And so that goes back to the purpose of this vlog, just to talk about different things that for me that are going on. I would love to hear from you guys, like what's going on in your life. Even if you can relate, if you can't relate, if you're looking forward to marriage, if you're not looking forward to marriage, if you're looking forward to kids, if you're not looking forward to kids, why? Like this shit is real, but nobody wants to talk about it. Or it's assumed that people know, like, oh, well, once you get into it, you're going to just know what to do. Or you're just going to have to figure it out by yourself, which is accurate. Like, you're never going to be ready for marriage. I don't think you're ever going to be ready for marriage. I don't think you're ever going to be ready for kids. I had this misconception. That I would know, oh, I'm ready now. Like, not for me. Maybe for other people, maybe that is something. But for me, that shit was not the case at all. It's still like it was definitely like okay, well, cool, let's do this, let's try this out. Like I want to commit to this. I want to go on this journey with you and only you, and this, that, and the other when it came to marriage. But like there's always like this for me. I can only speak for me. I'm not gonna speak for anybody else. There's always like these doubts or these thoughts of doubt or these thoughts of like, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, I got this to figure out, or oh, I want to accomplish this. But if you want to, I think back about that proverb. If you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others, or go together, move together, something like that. That's literally, for me, that's really literally what marriage is. That's literally what building a tribe is. It's moving together, it's building together, it's growing together. And so as I'm going on my journey, I hope, I would love to bring along people. And again, I'm still building my tribe. I'm still trying to figure out what that looks like, what that means, who are the right people. And so I'm just sharing my process, sharing my journey as I go along. So hope you enjoy the ride. Hope you can relate. Hope you can really just kind of take something from what I'm learning and how I'm growing, and just share it. Yeah, hope it helps. So I just want to remind you, leave you with this reminder. I'm the shit. You're the shit. Let's be the shit together.